socialism has been ineffective every time it's been tried. And the few times
Right.
it's been
It's
effective,
Yep.
like Cuba and North Korea and stuff, every time it's been effective, it transitioned to totalitarianism in the middle of the takeover, because totalitarians don't have any concerns about violence. And so they use
Right.
violence to take over, where socialists are a little too nice and they just hope that they're going to convince a majority of people to go their way, and there's never a majority. So,
Right. I I've thought about these sort of different systems of governance, from capitalism and democracy to socialism to communism to outright totalitarianism, and I think one of the biggest factors as to whether it's successful, or I should say least damaging to the individuals in that society is a question of scale. Uh, Using the example of the smallest social unit, the family, that's basically a dictatorship,
yeah,
or it should be, right?
yeah. Or
Because
an
you can't have,
aristocracy between the parents, I guess.
yeah, right. And then you can within your neighborhood have or up to groups of maybe 300 people, like kibbutzes would be an example, where you can have somewhat of a not a dictatorship, but more of a democracy or a democratic dictatorship where everybody knows each other.
Yeah.
There can be, you can have I guess it would be like an ideal scenario
Utopian
for
society.
socialism or
Yeah.
communism, like a commune,
Yeah.
when everybody knows each other and
Yep.
there's accountability. But once you scale that up to larger and larger groups where you don't know each other, then there can be no trust or social contract, or it's too easy to break that trust. That might, the idealists who love the idea of communism, that's fine if you want to have a group of 200 or 300 people and you're all on the same page. But
Right.
when you try to apply that to a nation like the former Soviet Union, where you're spanning 11 time zones
Yeah.
of human beings, and you've got within every time zone a different dialect, different ways of doing things, different businesses, different politics. You can't govern from a centralized communist system that way, and it, as you say, it just fell apart like
Yeah.
every other time.
Right.
So yeah, I do think it's kind of a
Well, what you're getting
question of
to
scale.
is I've written about, which is basically political morality. And people have their own personal morality, which dictates obviously the way they behave and how they live.
Right.
When the organization of people in the society gets big enough, a the personal morality is replaced by a public morality, which is basically the laws and the operation of the government. So, as an individual, you may disagree with the public morality, but you choose to live in that society because enough of it is satisfying to you that you want to stay there. But
Right. I think in today's climate, though, we have I think the majority of the people are completely disgusted with our current political climate, and the way they have sort of tried to seize power.